Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the morning? Whose idea was that? Oh, wait a minute, that was my idea. That's why I'm still in bed. Me? You know who I am. I'm FayWhat? And I'm gonna help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's gonna be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
I love that intro. I gotta give a big shout out and a big, huge love kiss to Mr. Dale Stein for being the singer of my theme song. And I don't know, it just never gets old. Well, welcome to the FayWhat Show. And the FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show. And we are live right now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm also on demand, baby. It's Monday, August 14th, 2023. Welcome to my bed. It's time to kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick joining me in bed for some conversation, and I'm so excited about having him in bed with me. His name is Kal Gajraj, and he is going to be part of today's segment, Gay Boys Sleep Late. He is just an incredible, incredible friend of mine. He's a first-generation Muslim American and award-winning communications executive and diversity officer. He's a professor and an advisory board member for the University of South Florida's College of Business. Good morning, Kal Gajraj, and welcome to FayWhat's Bed.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here
I'm so
today.
excited to be here. Oh
it
my God.
only took years.
I know.
I think you friend zoned me.
I did not friend zone you.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, you know, I usually have naked men in bed with me. So it was like, okay, naked men or my bestie. Naked men came first. That's kind of what happened.
So now we're friends with benefits.
So now we're friends with benefits because we're in bed.
Yeah.
Now you can tell your mom you were in bed with a woman. Maybe it'll like clear everything up.
Oh, I know, right? She's waiting for that. So let me tell you.
So me and Kal, right? Me and Kal met here at the Happening Out television network. And, you know, he's one of the many, many blessings that I've acquired while being part of this network. We worked together on what first?
On Queer News Tonight.
We worked on Queer News Today.
Yeah.
And I saw this really pretty brown boy sitting across from me being all businessy, knowing all the words, knowing how to say big, long words. And I was like, I like him.
Yeah, I made my way around the network. I did Gay Town Hall, did Queer News Tonight, part of the permanent host panel on It's Happening Out on Wednesday nights.
You got to watch that 9 p.m.
9 p.m. And now I'm on the FayWhat Show.
And now you're on the FayWhat Show. We have fun together.
We do. We have a lot of fun, always.
I think we should start our own Instagram because we're always together. Like if you look at my social media, right, at FayWhat, or you go look at Kal's at Kal Gajraj, right, you will see pictures of us everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like everywhere.
Every gala.
Every gala.
Every concert.
Every event.
Every opening.
We've traveled together. We've gone to Costa Rica. We're going to Greece.
We're going to
at
Greece.
the end of the year.
Yeah, Turkey, Egypt.
Egypt. See, and the thing is that my wife, the Cuban, right, she hates all these events. She hates getting dressed up. She hates going out. She hates taking the picture. She hates all of that. So it's like, hey, honey, I got this to go to. Can you just take Kal with you? And I'm like, you know?
I'm the token plus one.
But I mean,
I love it.
How do you feel about that? Like, Teresa doesn't like many people.
I love it. And I love Teresa. I love the Cuban. I think she's great. But no, we get along great.
You saw my
you know?
face.
And plus, I think because I take her place at all these events, I think she loves me even more.
I think she
because
does.
I'm up for all of the picture taking.
You
and,
are.
You know, picking out your dresses.
He picks out my dresses, like a lot of times. I know that may sound crazy, but you should get your own gay boy to pick out your dresses. I'm just telling you. Sometimes it's really hard to choose, and I'll send him 3 dresses. He'll go this one with that purse, and then he'll match me.
Yeah, so I'm behind a lot of your photos on Instagram.
You are.
A lot of those like
You are.
really posy ones.
We're kind of like the brown Barbie and Ken.
The brown Barbie and Ken.
Something like that, right?
I love it.
Something like that. So let's talk about patches, right? So,
Yeah.
so this is Padme. You guys all know Padme. She is just the best Pomeranian in the whole entire world. She's a Trumper. Listen, I didn't do it. Her grandmother did, right? She's constantly saying Trump 2024. She's crazy. She is a diva Pomeranian. She's very much like Patches.
Yes.
Who's Cal's baby boy?
Yeah, so Patches is my 13-year-old Shih Tzu. I adopted him from the Humane Society of Broward County when he was only 7 months old.
Oh my God. And he's adorable.
Yeah, but
and
he
he's
chose
adorable.
me. He chose me, and I love always telling that story to everyone.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, see, so we are two huge reminders to you. Adopt, don't shop, okay? Get your favorite companion at your nearest shelter or anywhere, and trust me, just like Patches chose Cal, the pet will choose you, right?
Exactly.
Right. I don't trust people who don't have pets.
Oh, I know. And they have intuitions. Like dogs, have this intuition with people. It's like they always sniff out the good people.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. Because Padme, she's the asshole whisperer. Like if some random handy person will come, she will bite them.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, look, it must be that person is bad at home or he abuses something.
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't just do that.
Yeah, and Patches has this weird intuition where it's like he knows when someone's coming to the front door. He knows when I'm coming home. He's always there to greet me. He's always there to warn me if someone's, coming up to the door. So he's really good.
I love that. So we're huge dog lovers. Folks at home, if you're a huge dog lover or a cat lover, because cats are cute too, send us a picture of you and your pet, okay? We will post it because, gays, we love our pets. They're like our children. They really are like our children. And if somebody tells us different, you will see a quick side eye from someone like, what?
I always think it's funny because on Father's Day and stuff like that, I always post a picture of Patches and be like, I'm dog dad. Because we're parents too.
Yes, of course. No, for Mother's Day, Teresa will get a card from me as the wife, and she will get a card from the dog as well.
Yeah.
Right? Why not? They're people. There's so many people going, yup, I know it, yup. All right, let's start Kiki. You ready? We got so much crap to talk about. Oh my God. And it's so weird because we always talk about this stuff, usually you and me, ourselves, right? And now we're talking in front of all you folks. So this will be interesting. All right, so let's get to it, okay? So first, Beyonce used her personal website to honor O'Shea Sibley, the 28-year-old Black gay dancer who was stabbed to death in a gas station parking lot for voguing to her music. Sibley was voguing to a song from Beyonce's album Renaissance when a 17-year-old confronted him, told him to stop, allegedly called him anti-LGBTQ plus slurs, and then stabbed him in the chest before departing in a vehicle. The incident was captured on video. Last weekend, police arrested a 17-year-old high school student suspected of the murder in what they are saying is a hate crime. Watch this.
28-year-old O'Shea Sibley's death may have been fueled by hate. Police saying he may have been targeted because he's gay. Friends say he was a talented professional dancer who wasn't afraid to be himself.
He wasn't hide, he was proud. He never hid, he was proud, he was always proud.
On Saturday night, O'Shea and his friends stopped for gas at a mobile station on Coney Island Avenue in Midwood. Surveillance video shows their group, the ones without shirts, get into a heated argument with another group that comes out of the gas station. The back and forth escalates before police say a teenager seen in the video with a black shirt and red shorts pulls out a knife and stabs O'Shea in the chest. Witnesses say the fight started because the victim and his friends were dancing.
He had a problem with they were dancing. He wanted them to stop dancing, and he started arguing with them. And then after a few fights and back and forth arguing, he pulled out a knife and stabbed.
What is wrong with people? Wow. What are we talking about, Cal? You saw this story when it first came out, right?
Yeah. And it's really disturbing because he wasn't doing anything to anyone. He was there dancing, enjoying Beyonce. She just her Renaissance tour was in New Jersey.
Recently.
Last weekend.
Yeah.
So this was around the same time, and he wasn't doing any harm to anyone.
Yeah.
So it's really disturbing that someone, some total stranger, would come up to you and just end your life because you supposedly offended them.
Yeah.
This is the world that we live in now.
This is the world that we live in. And I've been telling folks that I've been a lot more scared lately.
Yeah.
I just am. And I get it. I pass. I know. I'm very well aware of my privilege, okay? But I am at many events full of people, and if we're a target anywhere, And when I saw this story, Jamal Starks, who is also in bed with me sometimes, was the one who sent it over to me because, he's part of the ballroom scene, and he walks for the House of Gorgeous Gucci. And, I'm glad that people are mad about this. I'm glad that there was such an uproar about it and it wasn't just dusted into whatever, you know? Like you said, all this crazy rhetoric that people are being told about our community, 17-year-olds are listening, you know? And they're feeling it like they're doing the justice because, you know, they can kind of deal, you know?
And he's only 17 years old and he's ruined the rest of his life.
The rest of his life.
You know, so it's very sad. It's very sad when these stories happen because it wasn't like anyone was doing anything that they weren't supposed to be doing. He was literally just voguing at a gas station.
And how many times has any of us done that? Like, you know, I'll be at the Wawa and I got the music blaring and I'm, you know, and I'm just dancing and just having a great time.
Listen,
and
they play great music at CVS.
They do. You know, and you're like, hey, I gotta get this mix, you know, and somebody maybe takes it the wrong way and automatically ends your life because you're gay, you know, and it's happening a lot. We're in South Florida, and in Coconut Grove recently, a gentleman was just walking home from being out with his friends, and he got attacked. And he's alive, thank goodness. But he was told all these slurs, and you know, and really to an inch of his life. Like, he ended up in a hospital with just so many things wrong with him, you know? And I really feel, Kal, that we're going to see a lot more stories like this.
Oh, yeah, it's
know?
happening more and more frequently. And like, this kid's 17 years old.
Yeah.
Like, you would think this would happen from like someone in their, you know, 50s or 60s, someone who's grown up bigoted and, you know, ignorant and stuff like that. But like, this is an entire new generation of hate that they're learning, you know, wherever they're learning it from, whether their community, their parents, their family, friends, you know, things like that. And it's just very scary.
Yeah. It really is. Well, we are definitely thinking of the family and thinking of all the friends. And I love that there was a protest at the gas station, right, where everybody was voguing in his honor. I love that they've, you know, raised some money for the family. You know, I love that Beyonce had put on her Instagram, like, she had put his name. I thought that was a wonderful dedication on her part. She didn't have to do that, you know? I mean,
she didn't have to do that.
She didn't have to do that.
But she did. I think it was the right thing to do. Yeah. You know, and I wore my Todrick, you know, hoodie sweater in that honor. This from his tour that he had. So this is him voguing.
Oh my God.
You know, so I love that. So I just wanted to wear that in honor.
I love it.
Of him.
I love it. And he looks like an 80s star, right? Like, I love that. Next, you probably heard by now that Donald Trump was indicted again. Yeah. He was charged by a federal grand jury with 4 counts related to his failed efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. This is now Trump's 3rd indictment just this year. For a lot of people, these indictments have become commonplace at this point, but not for Rosie O'Donnell. She's gleeful every time the one-term, twice impeached, thrice indicted ex-president gets his shit handed to him. How about that, right? Shortly after news broke of Trump's recent indictment, Rosie posted a TikTok video titled "Indicted Again." As usual, Rosie O'Donnell wins us. What are we all talking about? Rosie doesn't give up on Trump. Like, she just loves to, like, she's like, reminder, he effed up again, you know?
I love the fact that more and more, not only celebrities, but people are just coming out now and just holding him accountable for the hypocrisy. You know, he's not above the law. You know, was an elected official. You know, he had a very powerful position that he held, but he completely abused it. Yeah. You know, whether you agree if he did anything illegally or not, it's a very moral and ethical position that he was held accountable for. Unfortunately, the decisions that he made during that time period, they're coming to light now.
Yeah. Yeah. He's getting served, baby. He's getting, you know, but you know what, Kal, I really don't think anything's going to happen to him. I don't see him. They didn't take a mugshot, you know, like they're treating him completely different.
Yeah,
you know?
I think he has the number of charges he currently has now is the number of years he's actually been on this planet. So I think he's 78 years old, and he has like 78 charges. He has one for every year he's been alive. But it's been disgusting. Like, he's a disgusting human being. First of all, you know, I have Trump supporting, you know, family and friends. You know, like everyone, you know, does, and it's very hard to have those conversations with them because you just don't understand. You know, what is it that you believe in this person? You know, he's like a cult leader, and people believe everything he's saying. He recently just came out and said this latest indictment, you know, that, you know, he's being arrested for you. And I'm like, what are you, the Jesus Christ of, you know, of
what
politicians?
A martyr.
Like,
what a martyr. I'm being put on the cross for you folks.
He's going to jail for us. Like, you know, and the scary part about it is that he could still, be elected and be president from jail.
Okay, but how is that even possible,
Because it's
Kal?
never happened before. It's never happened before. Our founding fathers never anticipated that someone of this magnitude could be indicted this many times, run for president, and still win.
And the crazy is that cognitive dissonance that people have. Like, people, like, you will talk to a Trumper and, like, you will say, look, but he's getting indicted for doing this, this, and this. No, that's fake news. That didn't happen.
They're obsessed.
It really is, like, some disconnect there.
Yeah. It's very scary.
It is very scary. And I mean, I don't see him seeing the inside of a jail cell. I really hope I'm wrong, folks, because honestly, Trump opened the door to all this hate that we're experiencing now.
Yeah. This is where it primarily started. A lot of it started a little bit before that when Obama was elected president, because it really showed a lot of the racism in this country when we elected our first African-American president. But then when Trump was elected president, people actually showed that card.
Yeah.
They were angry from those years prior. And now they're like, okay, Trump represents us.
Like, they came out as a racist during that time.
Yeah, then that's exactly what happened. And now we see you.
Well, I hope to see you, Mr. Trump, in a jail cell. We'll see how that goes. Next, 3 former dancers working for Grammy Award-winning artist Lizzo have filed a lawsuit accusing the singer of allegedly creating a hostile work environment. The lawsuit was filed against Lizzo, her company Big Girl Big Touring Inc., and dance captain Charlene Quigley. The 3 plaintiffs, Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez, allege a series of incidents took place between 2021 to 2023 involving sexual, racial, and religious harassment. So far, 3 of Lizzo's ex-employees have come out in support of the plaintiffs and spoken about their own experiences. Watch this.
Lizzo's hit songs are often accompanied by messages of body positivity.
Watch out for the big girls.
While promoting her Emmy-winning reality show Watch Out for the Big Girls, Lizzo told Today she was looking for dancers who match that message.
I finally had the platform to do an open call audition for girls who look like me.
But in a new lawsuit filed by 3 former dancers, Lizzo was accused of weight shaming. One of the dancers, Ariana Davis, says Lizzo called attention to her weight gain with thinly veiled concerns, though she never explicitly stated it.
I just had this feeling that they had a problem with the way I was gaining weight.
Davis filed the suit with Crystal Williams and Noel Rodriguez. They allege that at an after party at a strip club in Amsterdam, where sexually explicit acts were taking place on stage, Lizzo began inviting cast members to take turns touching the performers.
I briefly touched a performer. I was very mortified. Everyone burst into laughter.
It's something Davis says she didn't want to do, but felt pressured to do.
I did not ask for it. I said no multiple times.
According to the suit, the dancers also allege Lizzo falsely accused them of drinking alcohol before shows, and because of that, they were forced to audition for their jobs again.
She would pick and choose when she wanted to be professional and when she wanted things to be personal.
Both Williams and Davis say they were fired this past spring, while Rodriguez resigned. In an interview, Davis also describing an interaction with Lizzo.
She proceeded to say, dancers get fired for gaining weight. You should basically be grateful to be here.
The trio is also suing Lizzo's production company and her dance captain, Charlene Quigley, accusing her of forcing her religious beliefs on them. Lizzo has not commented on the suit. The champion of positivity on stage, now accused of enabling a toxic work environment behind the curtain.
You go from preaching about sisterhood to then turning around and saying that it's a privilege that you know us by name.
No, Lizzo, not you. No. What are we all talking about? I'm sorry.
I was actually really mortified when this story came out because you and I went to Lizzo's concert. It was the opening for
opening night, right?
Opening night of the North American tour. And she was blown away by the crowd. It was a sold-out performance here in Fort Lauderdale. I was just shocked because, Lizzo's become this beacon of inclusivity and diversity and, accepting everyone, every color, every size, every background and everything. So to see the fallout now behind this is really shocking.
Yeah, it is. And remember how affected in a positive way we were,
yeah,
after the concert because of all the things that you stated, right?
The audience that she brought out was just I mean, we go to a lot of concerts, and it wasn't your normal concert goer.
No.
The audience was, in, for lack of a better term, a lot of people who probably would never leave their house because they're ashamed of how they looked. But they all came out to see Lizzo.
They all came out to
because
see
they made
Lizzo.
her feel. She makes them feel accepted.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing.
Yeah.
So to see this is kind of really shocking. But I always think that there's always, three sides to the truth.
Of course.
Like their side, her side, and the actual truth. But who knows, what actually really happened.
Like what happens what happens behind the scenes kind of stuff, And then, so we saw her in concert, and then on that tour, she also brought drag queens on stage during a drag ban, So she's been doing these little things here and there that we have been so taken aback by just her support, right, and her inclusivity. And that concert, I wasn't the biggest fan of Lizzo, right? I knew a couple of the songs. I didn't know Truth Hurts. I knew all the very popular ones, right?
Ones, yeah.
You were singing all the freaking words to every song. I did it. And I was just like, okay, but I ended up, I love you, bitch. I love that song. I dedicated it to my bestie, Michelle, because it's just, I love it. It's you eat all your vegetables when you have to, you do the damn thing, okay? And at the end of the day, I love you, and I'm not afraid to say that to you, bitch. Right? And it's such a, those are lyrics, Khaled, And then so to see this, she just was not one of the people that I expected to do something like this,
And in the performing arts world, I had the pleasure of and honor being the head of marketing for the Florida Grand Opera, which is the oldest performing arts organization in the state of Florida. And it's really difficult dealing with artists from the perspective of, when that curtain goes up, everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
So dealing with singers and actors and directors and lighting people, you have one shot to get it right.
Yeah.
So I understand the perspective of Lizzo, being you need to have your shit on, or having people re-audition if they're slipping up or if they're messing up or if they're not committed to the actual cause. So, and I get that, and it's not that easy of a work environment either to survive in, because you have to, get it together. You have, as I said, when that curtain goes up, it's showtime.
It's showtime.
There's no zero.
There's no way to rewind and fix something,
So
you want it meticulously perfect.
Yeah.
But shit happens,
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also like a 1 in a million, probably more chance for you to get that job on a touring concert this big like Lizzo.
Yeah, it's an opportunity of a lifetime for some of these dancers,
dancers.
Especially the dancers that she had with her, because they probably wouldn't have not gotten, such a big named artist or tour like this, because she wanted dancers that look like her.
Yes.
And Lizzo's a big girl.
Lizzo is a big girl, but she could do death drops and she could dance her ass off, which we saw.
Yeah, and not many dancers can do that,
and
especially that size.
No.
So it takes a little extra on, the dancers, and she just wanted it perfect, and I get that, but I can understand if things got a little hostile, but that's part of the job as well.
Yeah.
But the other stuff, they're accusing her of, sometimes, people mix friendships and professional work environments together. And I think that really needs to stop, because the people you work with aren't your friends. It's like the thing that your parents always tell you.
Yeah. You were born alone. You weren't born with them.
Yeah. Not everyone's your friend type of thing, So those socializing things probably happen, and, touching dancers and going out and drinking, I'm sure, because it happens.
Yeah.
But now that their contracts are over, the tour's over, now they're coming out and speaking out. So,
again, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, and I don't want to be the person. The 2 of the 3 girls that are part of this lawsuit were also part of the reality show. Side piece, what was the name of the reality show that she did?
Here Come the Big Girls.
Here Come the Big Girls, okay? Watch out for the big girls, right? Which knocked out RuPaul, okay? Got the Emmy or got the award or got whatever it was instead of RuPaul, after RuPaul getting it for 6 years. And so because of us going to the concert, I started watching the show, right? And these big girls were dancers. They were talented. A lot of them didn't have too much experience because of their size, but they battled it out for these spots on Lizzo's tour, but that led me to believe that they probably weren't used to being part of a tour, not knowing what really is expected of you. Like you said, it needs to be meticulous and perfect every effing time. Okay, that it's just that hard, And I get it. You're touring with somebody for a bunch of months, so you think that you're friends. but you're still working together. Yeah. You know, that line, unfortunately, sometimes you can't cross it, you know?
And it's, listen, if Lizzo tells you to take a shot, you're probably going to take the shot. Like, I mean, come on.
Listen, I'm in recovery, and if Lizzo told me to take a shot, I would think about it. You know what I mean? I would go, wow, it's Lizzo. I mean,
it's just a shot.
You know, it's just one shot. Sorry, my sponsor's watching, and she's probably like, Faye! No, I'm joking. Lizzo, we'll be watching this story. Whatever comes out, the truth will come out, and we'll bring it back to you, all right? Next, the first transgender woman ever to be crowned Miss Netherlands is defiant in the face of anti-trans online backlash to her groundbreaking win. Last month, the 22-year-old Ricky Valerie Collier became the first trans woman to win the pageant. But in the days since walking away with the title, Collier says her social media has been flooded with messages from anti-trans trolls who reportedly say that a transgender woman should not have been allowed to compete in the pageant, let alone win. But talking to Newsweek, she said, quote, "It's only lifting me up because I get a bigger platform than I could ever dream of," end quote. This pageant winner is stronger than you think. What are we all talking about? What do you think?
First of all,
let's unpack this.
First of all, I have my book bag. We're going to unpack this book bag. Trans women are women. Period.
Yes.
You know, so let's start there. And these beauty contests, if you've ever watched, you know, Miss America and Miss Universe and stuff like that, these women wear more makeup and dresses and wigs. They're like drag queens.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, they're not judged on gender.
No.
You know, they're judged on
talent,
their evening wear, their bathing suit, you know, things like that. And we come across trans women every day and you don't even know it. They could be your barista at Starbucks. They could be your flight attendants. They could be your teacher in school, you know, your coworkers. You have no idea. People come in contact with trans women every day and we don't even know, and it's never an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're making it one now.
But we're making it
But you're
issue.
making it one now.
Yeah.
When the owner of Miss Universe is a trans woman.
Right.
Okay?
The owner.
The owner of it. You know, I love how she's dealing with this backlash. Of course she was going to get some haters, right? We get haters all the time. Hi, haters, right? There's going to be people that are not going to want us to breathe and want us to excel and not want us to accomplish the things that she's accomplishing. She's breaking ground that should have been broken a long time ago. I mean, let's be real, you know?
It wasn't an issue when Robin Williams got in drag and got a TV show reading stories to children in a movie.
Yeah.
For those of you who have seen Mrs. Doubtfire, that's what I'm talking about.
One of my faves.
You know, and that was 20 years ago and it wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
But now it's an issue now.
Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Listen, I think Miss Netherlands is going to go far. Yeah. She is beautiful, personified. You know, there's attributes that need to come along with that title of Miss Universe, and she has them, Cal. That's
and she can uphold the crown.
And she can uphold the crown while lifting us all with her in the process.
And give us makeup tips.
So keep on trolling. I love that she's turned this around. You know what I mean? Where somebody else would be, I'm not going to look at the comments, or I'm going to turn off my social media, or just something, you know, something silly. Where she's like, all right, you know, because news is news, you know, bad news is still news,
Any
right?
headline's a good headline, so take advantage of it.
There you go. Finally, season 4 of the drag reality series We're Here is officially on the way, but with one major twist that I'm super pissed off about. All right. So for the past 3 seasons, I don't want to hear you, Cal. I know that you're disagreeing with me. I can feel it in your face. For the past 3 seasons, the Emmy Award-winning series has seen Bob the Drag Queen, Eureka O'Hara, and Shangela travel across small-town America as they unveil stories from their own past and recruit locals to star in one-night-only drag performances while stirring up a vital conversation around LGBTQ+ rights in the U.S. But that's all about to change with co-creator Johnny Ingram unveiling a whole new lineup. For season 4, Sasha Velour, Jada Essence Hall, and Priyanka will be taking over hosting duties. But those aren't the only changes to the series. Instead of visiting a new town every episode, the queens will now focus on 2 U.S. towns over the course of 6 episodes. I am not happy with this change at all. What are we all talking about? This is garbage, Khaled. That's what I think it is.
Why do you think it's garbage?
Because when I think about like the most, like again, top 10 most incredible drag queens ever to come out of RuPaul's Drag Race, Eureka, Shangela, and Bob the Drag Queen are 3 of the top 10 by far.
And I 100% agree with you.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on.
However, However, though, I mean, they are three amazing drag queens, but they are also doing amazing things. I mean, Shangela's been in movies, Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars, yeah, yeah,
Bob the drag queen was supposed to tour with Madonna, which her North American tour is being postponed. So they're doing such incredible things, and I'm all for kind of shaking up the cast and introducing kind of like a new breath of drag, because the other three queens that are casted for the next season, I think are also incredible. Priyanka's from Canada's Drag Race, and she's also from Indo-Caribbean background like myself as well. I love Priyanka, but it also brings this breath of all these new drag queens who are winning RuPaul's Drag Race and all these other franchises to light, and giving them a platform on HBO.
Yeah.
So that it's kind of like one of those things where RuPaul's been around for how long now? How many seasons?
143.
Yeah. So it's like, look at the amount of drag queens that we have, winning RuPaul's Drag Race now, and it's like we just got to give everyone else a chance.
Cal, it's gonna suck.
It's not gonna suck.
It is gonna suck, honey. Okay, out of the three, I don't know Priyanka. I don't know her, right? But she's gorgeous.
You're gonna love her. She was also in Glamorous.
Was she?
Yeah, you haven't finished watching it.
But you also haven't finished watching The Last of Us, okay? And I've been trying to get you to do that for a year.
Because I was watching Glamorous, but Priyanka's in Glamorous, so you have to watch it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look up that. Okay, Jada Essence Hall. Okay. Talented, right? But she bores me. Like, she's not interesting to me.
Give her a chance. But I mean, it's just like the new Queer Eye. They're in a city for the entire season.
Yes.
One city.
Yes.
And it works.
Yes. Okay. But the Queer Eye folks are in New Orleans for a whole season. You can be in New Orleans for a whole season. Vegas. You can be in Vegas for 3 seasons, right? But these guys go to like a small little freaking place somewhere that no one's ever heard of, that has like one 7-Eleven and a traffic light. I don't want to be there for 3 episodes.
You're going to love it.
I'm not going to love it.
I bet you. We're going to have this conversation again.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me how amazing the show is.
Okay. We're going to have this conversation again, and you're going to be honest, and you're going to say it sucks.
Yes. I love you, Priyanka.
I'm serious, okay? Eureka needs money. I mean, I hope she doesn't go to rehab again. That costs a lot of money.
It is, yeah. That's expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you abreast of the situation, all right? Again, it could also be that Shangela, Bob, and Eureka maybe cost a lot more money now, and maybe they're not available. Maybe that's it too, and they're not telling us that yet. Maybe that's the case.
They can get these 3 new queens at a cheaper price.
At cheaper price because they suck.
Yeah,
no, totally.
There's always someone younger and cheaper. Remember that.
I'm going to remind you the next time you're obsessed over a boy, I'm going to go, there's always someone younger and cheaper.
Exactly.
Something like that. All right. Well, the FayWhat show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America. And Hotspots magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 37 years, and Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. Yeah. So our next segment is called Dear FayWhat. And I'm so glad that Khaled is here for me with this segment. Yeah. Okay, all right. So from time to time, our viewers ask questions, and I answer them in my own special way in this segment, right? And I honestly don't know why gay boys think that I know anything about anything, because I don't, right? But there's one thing that I don't have that you boys have that always mess with your thinking. That's a penis, okay? Penises mess up your thought process to make decisions. I have a vag. Maybe that's why I can help you with your problems, and I'm here to help, all right? So this week, the question that caught my attention was from a profile named A Lonely Guy in Wilton, okay? So here's the question, and Khaled, I want you to help me with this, all right? So here we go. Hey, FayWhat? I'm 42 and I've been single for a while now. When Grindr first came out on the scene and was an actual dating app, I downloaded it and kept it even as it dissolved into a hookup app in the hopes that I might meet a nice guy someday. Eventually, I deleted it on my 40th birthday. My question is this: where and how do I meet a guy that wants a monogamous relationship? Admittedly, I'm not notably attractive enough to stand out in a crowd and catch someone's eye, but there's nothing strikingly off-putting about how I look either. I'm okay with that because I feel like I'm an intelligent guy with a good sense of humor. I'm educated, I play piano, I speak multiple languages, I go to the theater, I go to a weekly tango dance night, and I pride myself on being an old-fashioned gentleman. I feel like I've got so much to give, and for the right guy, I'd give so much more than I'd ever want in return. But in a world of instantly gratifying topless torso profile pic hookups, guilt-free cheating, and open relationships, where does a hopeless romantic like me find love? Please advise, Faye. How can I improve my chances of finding Mr. Right, not Mr. Right now? All right. Wow.
I feel
That's
like
a lot to put in.
like I wrote this. Did you get this from my Facebook? Or?
No, I did not get this from you. And the fact that he said that he was just okay and not really good looking, you're hot and you're very pretty. I only hang out with pretty people.
I don't like when people say that about themselves. You know, don't put yourself down.
That's true.
Like that. You know, like Christina Aguilera says, you're beautiful in every single way.
Aww,
you know, so
of course you had to quote Christina Aguilera. What a freaking homo.
But it is tough. You know, I can tell you, I'm 41 years old.
Okay.
You know, I've been single for a couple of years now, and it is tough. It is tough to find someone that you relate with. Number one, serious enough to date. You know, that doesn't necessarily want to hook up at first. Or the guys that I come across, they're not over their ex. They're in a current relationship and they're looking for a third. They have an open
relationship. And you're not up to that.
No, not at this point.
Okay.
You know, they're in, you know, or they just want sex. You know, it always comes down to that. And that's what our community is primarily based on, is just, you know.
And that's fine
sex.
if that's what you're looking for. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
There are some of us who are looking for something more substantial, you know, and there are dating apps that are out there that's more than just Grindr. You know, like I use Facebook dating, for instance. There's other...
You use Facebook dating because you heard one of our friends found his husband that way. That's why he's using Facebook dating. Mark Pettit, this is about you.
Yeah, so after Mark told me that he met his husband on Facebook dating, I immediately, you know, activated my
Facebook dating
app through Facebook.
And how's that going?
Great. I've matched with a couple of guys so far, and we've been having really cool discussions and stuff like that. And hopefully, you know, one of them will, you know, I feel like it's on my own little version of The Bachelor, you know, where I'm like eliminating guys.
Are you giving them roses?
Give them a rose. So I'm eliminating guys as the days go on through conversations and stuff because, yeah, it's when you get to a certain age, like I want that fairy tale. You know, I still do believe that it exists. You know, I've had, you know, 2 relationships before in the past that were great, you know, but unfortunately it didn't work out, you know, and dated countless others, but it didn't work out, you know, so hopefully, you know, like this guy, we'll find someone.
We'll find someone.
He sounds great though.
He does.
He does all the same things that I've always wanted to learn to play the piano. I have subscriptions to Broadway and the symphony and the ballet.
You're all about that.
I go to the opera, you know, so it's, I don't know. So maybe he needs to send me a DM.
He needs to, maybe you need to DM Khaled and see what's up. Or send me your picture. I'm good with that too, you know?
Yeah, send your picture to Faye that she'll tell me.
And then I'll tell him, you know, because maybe he's downplaying himself. You know what I mean? Because him saying... Okay, how about this? Another question for you, Khaled. Would you date yourself?
No.
Okay, well then you were interested in certain attributes that this guy had.
It depends. It depends because I know that one of my flaws, and I'm okay with saying, is that I'm way too picky.
Okay.
And the pickiness has come from just the experiences, my lived experiences of dealing with people over the years. And there's certain things that, you know, I choose to deal with or not.
Yes.
You know, so they're non-negotiables and they're things
but you're allowed to. Like
what?
To. What's non-negotiable for you?
Smoking.
Okay.
Like cigarettes.
Okay.
You know, cigarettes.
If they don't like dogs, peace. Because if Patches doesn't like them, bye.
They must love dogs, you know, type like that. You know, have open mind, open to adventure, open to, you know, travel, like not being so narrow-minded also. You know, do
they have to be goal-oriented?
Yeah, I think so. I think at a certain age, you need to have some goals in your life.
Well, I think at this age, right, we're in our 40s, it is what it is. I think at this point, you know what you don't want. Right? Yeah. Like, and you know, and they're not negotiable because you've been through that shit already. So you're just like, I'm not going to sit through that again.
No, it's like one of my issues with with an ex of mine, you know, he worked in retail. And there's nothing wrong with working retail, but I think at a certain age, you need to at least be a key holder or be a manager, or be something. Like, you can't be working on the register for the last 15 years. That is not okay.
I know who that is. Dude, get another job.
You know, so
no, it's true.
You have some type of ambition.
Yeah.
You know, want to be able to strive for something better so that we can build an amazing life together.
You see, I mean, I think Mr. Lonely Guy in Wilton, I think that was like the best answer. My answer is a little different just coming from me, you know. I think that you're a great catch for the right guy, Mr. Lonely in Wilton, you know, and there's a lot of interesting and wonderful things that would make you a great partner. I mean, you freaking dance tango. Like, how cool is that? I mean, that's just amazing, you know? And I'm sorry that you've been experiencing loneliness in your search for the one who will appreciate all that you are and all that you have to offer. I kind of just want to give you a hug, you know? As you made clear, the difficulty is finding that other person who also sees the value that you do in things and wants the same kind of relationships that you do, you know? But believe it or not, there are quite a few other hopeless romantics out there like Kal, you know? And not everyone is looking for a quick hookup, a threesome, or an open relationship.
There's apps for that.
There is apps for that.
Yeah.
There is apps for that, you know? This may sound weird, but my first suggestion is that while you can want things and have goals like a monogamous relationship, you should also practice being in total acceptance of being single and loving yourself. You know, there's a lot of great perks to a single life, such as not being accountable to anyone and the freedom to do whatever the F you want when you want to do it. Enjoy that now and see how you are with that, because when someone else comes along, then it's another change. You know, and by doing this, you'll also then be projecting a sense of confidence out into the world, and people get attracted to confident people, you know, and I think that will help you find Mr. Right. You know, the universe can smell desperation. And unfortunately, usually doesn't want to reward you for being desperate. All right. So my first lesson to you is know your self-worth. Know that you are enough. Know that you are enough.
Enough. I love that.
Right? Knuff. Know that you are Knuff like Ken, and you know, and that you're perfect and a wonderful catch exactly how you are. Right? And that doesn't mean stop looking, and you can still be fine with being single and enjoy it while doing the necessary work to make sure that when you look in the mirror, you're happy with what you see. You know, because it's true what RuPaul says. You know, you can't expect someone to love you if you don't love yourself. That's it.
It's very important, and that's what it goes down to.
Yeah.
So if you don't love the person that's looking back at you in the mirror, then you need to start there. That's the relationship you need to have first.
Okay. So build a relationship with you, and then take advantage of the large pool of people that are how they are, and you'll be fine. And you'll be fine when you're loving yourself and fine. And I'm going to tell you the same thing, because you're a confident dude. You know, I believe that you're a couple steps ahead of Mr. Lonely in Wilton, you know?
But my problem is that I always get, oh, you know, so-and-so wants to have sex with you, or someone wants to hook up, or someone wants to fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, what, I'm not good enough to date? You know, so that's usually my problem, and it's a big turnoff for me.
But I think that a lot of people in our community, like, they think of sex first and then relationships second, and you're flipped right now, you know? And that's...
I mean, I feel like I'm
the
in
issue
a
that you're
different
getting into.
mindset, you know, in a different part of my life right now where, you know, I'm just looking to settle now.
Okay. All right. So Lonely in Wilton, you heard it here first. Call Kal.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, LinkedIn.
He's on everything. You can find him on my profile. He's on everything. He's
my
on
website,
everything.
KalGajraj.com, everything.
He's on everything. I don't know why he's on AARP, but he's on everything.
AARP. AOL.
He's in an AOL chat room if you need to find him, whatever it is. All right. But we wish you the best, and we hope that you do figure out what you need, how you need it, and find it. Trust me, the person's out there.
Yeah,
right?
They are.
Right. Perfect. All right. So that was Dear FayWhat. If you have something that you are going through and you want me to help you with it, send it over to FayWhat@happeningout.com. Okay. Keep sharing and keep caring. So Kal, thank you so much for being with me this week on the FayWhat Show. What do you have anything fun that we're doing this week?
What are we doing next?
I don't know.
We have to sync our calendars. I know we're already in August already, and the holidays are coming. So I know that our gala schedule is coming up.
Gala season is coming. And it's like 108 degrees here in Florida. So everything that we try to do that's outside, we try our best not to. So it messes up my hair and it turns into mush.
I know, it's horrible. But yeah, where summer's wrapping up, you know, the season's coming up where Broadway's coming back. The symphony's coming back, so we're gonna have all of these events that we're going to, and I'm really excited about that.
Thank you. Will you come back and be in bed with me in the future?
I absolutely will.
Yay! Honestly, this is kind of like what we do at home, except there's a camera and all of you here. We usually curse a lot more when we're at home.
Yeah.
But we're trying to be nice.
Yeah, we're PG-13
We're trying to do PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. We just watched Barbie and now we're trying to be PG-13. Anyway, thank you, Kal Gajraj, for joining me in bed. And don't forget to watch him on It's Happening Out and to also follow him on all social media outlets. I mean, Khaled is just an amazing human being.
Thank you so much.
I love you
and
so
so are
much.
you. I love you too. Mwah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for saying that. So did you know that Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square, which also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church, right here in Fort Lauderdale. We broadcast their Sunday service at 10:30 a.m. every week. FayWhat Show, we want to introduce you to interesting people that are so important to the LGBTQ plus community. Here's the incredible Peter Bisuito. I am so excited about our first guest, our only guest. We don't need anybody else but this man. You have to understand that, all right? He is enough, all right? I am joined by an acclaimed director, a writer, an entertainer. He's a comedian. I mean, he's a YouTuber. He's done it all right? This South Floridian local is also a Queer News Tonight anchor and is now with us to talk about his latest movie, I Remember. It premiered on July 20th at 7 p.m. at the historic Gateway Theater in Fort Lauderdale. And let the fun begin. I was able to be there for this premiere, and we're going to talk a lot more about that coming up, all right? Welcome, Peter Bisuito.
Hi, FayWhat. How are you?
Hi, Bobby.
Oh, we're in bed together again.
I know.
Seems like yesterday we were naked.
Don't tell my wife. I love that we're in bed together again.
Yeah.
You know, you were one of my first interviews when I first started the
Really?
FayWhat show on the Happening Out television network.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I just remember that back then we weren't as close as we are now. You know, we had just met, and you had your naked man crocheting.
Yeah.
And you were in bed naked with me at that
crocheting.
time. Crocheting. Right, and he had a very big crocheted worm on a certain part, okay? I'm just gonna say that. I'm sorry, honey, be happy about your attributes. It was a very big one, and he was still crocheting it like it was gonna grow and shit. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm a grower.
And here we are now. You've evolved so much.
I have. I have. Everything about me's evolved.
Oh my God. You know, I really do adore you, and I appreciate all your talent and how you love to entertain our community and the rest of the world.
That's what I was born to do.
You think so? Were you always like that as a kid?
Oh my God, absolutely.
Does your mom say that? It was nice to meet your mom at the premiere.
Isn't she great?
What a cutie pie.
My parents are great.
I mean,
I'm very blessed in that sense. I come from a very close, tight-knit family.
I love that.
Yeah.
So did you do like shows for them when you were a kid?
No, because the shows I really wanted to do
We're not PG. We're
They
not
would be
family
like,
rated.
oh shit. No.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, like this is a true story. Like when I was a kid, teenager, and my whole family would be out of the house. They'd go to work or something, or my sisters would be gone. I would literally run upstairs. I would put on all my sisters' Madonna clothes. I swear to God. And I would push all the furniture out of the way, and I would pretend to be Madonna in my living room. So.
Papa, don't.
Yeah. So I don't think I could have done those shows for my parents.
I love that.
But now I can. Now my parents are so damn accepting. They wouldn't have it any other way.
I love
They
that.
would not want me straight. They would not.
How long have you been out?
Well, I started the coming out process when I was about 29 years old, but I was fully out by the time I was 33. My parents were the last people I told.
Isn't that always the case, right? Like we're so nervous, like it's gonna change before we tell them, right? Just in case, let me put that off till the end.
I said, Mom, Dad, I'm gay, and they both said, duh.
Isn't that usually the case? Folks out there, if you're thinking about coming out to your family, unless they're like crazy Trumpers and they hate all LGBTQ+, which then I understand. But for the most part, parents know. They made you, like they just know. And they're not going to tell you. Because it's funny. I've told people when I've come out to certain people, I'm like, yeah, I'm gay. They're like, oh, duh. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me? You
don't look like your stereotypical lesbian. You're what we call a lipstick lesbian.
A lipstick lesbian. But I don't even know if that's good or bad,
I don't
Peter.
think it's good or bad. I guess it could be good to some people and bad to some people.
Yeah. But I get, and I mean, you pass too. You must get that.
I'm a lipstick lesbian. Absolutely.
Well,
I wear lipstick.
You're like but you're like a bear. Do you consider yourself a bear?
Well, I've been labeled a muscle bear. That's
muscle
bear. That's my label. To me, I'm just a fucking gay guy that likes dick. So
that has muscles.
Yeah. Label me however you want. I'm just me.
Have you always been in South Florida?
No, I was
Where'd you come from?
I was born and raised in Rochester, New York, and then I lived in LA for 5 years. That's actually where I started coming out of the closet, was LA.
What a perfect place, right?
What better place to
place.
come out than Los Angeles? But I was a virgin till I was 30.
Shut the fuck up.
I had my very first
Yes,
I was. Absolutely.
Okay, wait, but your first sexual experience with a man at 30, like are you a gold star? Have you been with a woman?
I'm a platinum gay.
So that means that you had a...
I never had sex with a woman, and I was born cesarean.
So you've never even been near a vag, basically.
Well, I had a girlfriend. I mean, she used to rub her nub on me sometimes, but
her nub on me. Take that in, folks, okay?
But that's the thing. Like, that's how gay. Because I've always known I was gay. Like, even before I was born, I knew I was gay.
So.
Because when my mother was giving birth to me, she had the umbilical cord wrapped itself around my neck, and I was losing oxygen.
So you were gonna die.
So I had to have a C-section. Yeah, that's how gay I am. I saw that vagina, and I tried to hang myself.
Hell no, I ain't going through that thing. Hell F no. I know now I'm gay. I know now for sure. And I'm less than a day old.
I have a sippy cup, by the way, so I don't spill anything on your bed.
Your sippy cup, because you're such a child. Yeah. I've seen you at bars with that, honey. Yeah. And they let you bring in that?
Well, I bring it in, and I have them make my drink in this, so I don't spill it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you steal that from a kid?
No.
I mean,
no, I know it's hard to believe. I know it's hard to believe,
but
no, I did not punch a little kid in the face for this. No.
I mean, some kids, can be like a pain in the butt sometimes, and you're like, "Give me that! That's my sippy cup."
They're all like that.
So how long have you been now in South Florida, like officially?
8 years. It'll be 8 years in October. My husband and I moved here, and we had never been here before we moved here. We had we never.
So you basically moved here blind like that?
We were living in Buffalo, and we moved here the year after Buffalo got 11 feet of snow in 6 hours before Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
We were like,
I
fuck
remember
this
that.
shit. Yeah,
I remember that. You were like, I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, so we left.
Wow.
We came here.
And I've seen South Florida be super welcoming to you. South Florida is not an easy place to get that.
Well, I think they've been welcoming to me because I've been welcoming to it. Mm. I get involved. I get involved with the community, and I raise money for charities, and you
get involved.
I do. I perform comedy pro bono. I donate. I've raised a lot of money for
dogs.
Sun Serve and Dog Rescue and the World AIDS Museum. Now I'm doing a drag show for Cannes in September.
God.
I'm in that show.
Are you really?
With Terry Dyer, at the Lips.
Oh my God. So Cannes does this thing every year, which is super cool, where they go and they'll turn celebrities into the servers at Lips. And you guys have been at Lips, right? It's like the prominent drag queen place, that started it all. And so for that night, they donate all the money to a certain organization, it's to Cannes, and they get like really cool people that are, you know, celebrities in their own right to be the servers. Do you guys actually have to like, carry some shit or anything? I can't imagine you with like...
I don't know about that they might have us do that. All I know is I'm performing a drag number. I have to perform a drag number.
I love that. Okay, with the beard?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
You're not there yet?
No, well, we'll see. I haven't chose the number yet.
Okay.
If I have to shave for the number, then I'll shave.
Then you would do it, no problem. Not even a second thought.
No, it'll grow.
It'll grow.
It'll grow.
But I mean, beards are not easy to get like perfect like that.
Well,
but I guess for you,
I have money.
You have money.
I have $147.
Woohoo!
That's a
Ching,
lot of
ching,
money to
and
me.
37 cents, so you know, okay? Just so you know, folks. So you said you're a muscle bear, and I mean, you know, as long as I've known you, you've always been fit. And like, I don't know if people are your friends because they love your comedy or because they're freaking thirsty of all the really sexy pictures you're always posting. And who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Whatever sells tickets.
Have you always been fit? Have you always taken care of your body this way?
Well, I started weightlifting when I was 28. I was always thin as a kid. I was 145 pounds growing up, and all throughout my teens and 20s. And then I just started working out. I was living in LA, and the only reason why I started working out is because I wanted to get laid. I swear to God, that's not a joke. Because I was in LA, and I'm like, well, if I'm living in LA, I have to look like, you know, I have to look like everybody else. So the only reason why I started working out is because I wanted to.
You know, you wanted to get laid.
And it worked.
And that's the way to do it.
I got laid 2 years later when I was 30.
God.
It took me 2 years to get laid.
That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. I saw an old headshot of yours from like LA that you've also prominently displayed many times. And you looked so much like Lou Ferrigno.
Oh yeah, I used to look just like him. When
I mean, no, but like to the T, kid.
Yeah, we could have been brothers. And I worked with him too when I lived in LA.
How?
Well, I was working as the regional marketing and promotions director for Borders. Remember Borders books? So my job was getting a lot of celebrities into the store to do book signings, and he was one of the celebrities.
Oh my God!
So I got to spend the entire day with him. Like I took him around to the radio stations to promote and everything. And because his wife is his manager, and her name is Carla, and I was talking to her on the phone, and she said, "Well, come over to the house. We'll have you meet Lou, and we have boxes of his books that you can take." So I went, and I warned her. I said, Carla, just to let you know, I said, I look a lot like your husband.
Oh my God, okay.
And she goes, really? Are you Italian? I said, yeah. And she said, are you a bodybuilder? I said, well, not really like Lou, but I work out. So I went to her house. She opens the door and she goes,
and then she starts making out with you. No?
No. I wish Lou would have, but no, not.
Right?
So she screams, Lou! She's like screaming for Lou. And of course, he's deaf. You know, he's 90% deaf. So he comes and she goes, this is Peter, he looks just like you. And he said, you could definitely sneak into one of my family reunions.
Oh my
That's what he said to me. Yeah, it was awesome.
How could you ever
God.
forget that?
It was a dream come true.
And for you folks that don't know who he is, bad on you. Shame on
Google
you.
him.
Okay, Google him. Incredible Hawk, like incredible. And he seemed to me like a man of few words, though. You know.
Yeah, yeah. But he's a really nice guy.
I love that.
I really had a good time.
I love that. Venton Chester. Okay. Why do you put that face when I say that?
Because it's nowhere near where I would like it to be. It has so much potential. And I've had such a difficult time finding investors and getting people to jump on the Venton Chester train.
Okay. Venton Chester came out of where?
What do you mean?
Like, where did the concept come out of?
I just thought of it. Back in 2017, I wanted to create my own sitcom. So I wrote a pilot episode. And it took me 2 years to save up enough money. It took me 2 years to save up $13,000 to film it at a professional television studio. So we did in May of 2019. And it was a fantastic episode, and it was winning awards at film festivals, but then the pandemic shut it down.
Yes, and then that's when you decided to make it into a play, right?
Correct. I rewrote the script into a play, and the play did even better. The play, I'm in love.
You had sold out performances every time you did it.
Not so much sold out, but because the theater that we were holding it in was a very large theater. It sat like 400 people. So no, we did not sell out, but we did sell a lot of tickets, but we were getting standing ovations every single night.
Oh my God.
Every night.
That's wonderful.
And that play has so much potential. And I'm a realist. Like if I did something that was, I would say, whatever. Venton Chester's a winner. I'm telling you, it can go on to make millions. I just know it can. But
well, if the right person is watching, go check out the YouTube videos on it. And if you're inspired, reach out to Peter. Wow, but I mean, I don't know. I see that somewhere. I think
I do too.
something else is going to come.
I
You
hope
know,
so.
it just,
I'm not. I'll never give up on it. You
Yeah.
know, I'm still doing other projects, obviously, like my
no,
film.
of course, of course. Did you cry when you had the standing ovations?
I cry at everything. I cry at Folgers commercials. So yeah, I cry.
I used to cry at what was that lady, Sally Struthers? Remember she used to do
Oh
those
yeah,
commercials with the kids not
Oh,
eating,
yeah.
right?
Meanwhile, she's 400 pounds.
Meanwhile, she was a pretty big
These
lady.
kids are starving.
But I would still be, yeah. Let's talk about your talk show, okay? Ask a Naked Guy Crocheting,
missed
right?
that show.
And and whenever you talk about that show, your face lights up like that. You know,
It's
like
a lot of fun.
And so you sit there with a co-host,
Yeah,
right?
Darren
With Mr. Thompson,
Oh, he's
right?
great.
Hi, Darren. How are you? I hope I'm so glad that you're better.
The chemistry between us is just flawless. It's just so much fun. And the show took a hiatus because I was working on my film. I decided to write this film, so it just kind of took a hiatus, and I'm looking to bring it back. I would love to bring it to Hunters. But
Ooh, I love Hunters. Mark, are you listening? And so basically you and Darren were there and you were crocheting, right? And then people asked you whatever they wanted to ask about what? Current events, about
Whatever
life,
they
about
want.
you, about whatever.
It's called Ask a Naked Guy Crocheting. They can ask me whatever they want. So they'll ask me questions, and then we'll ask them trivia questions in return.
Okay.
And every show had a theme. Like we did Olivia Trivia when Olivia Newton-John passed away. We did Royal Trivia when the Queen passed away. We did, Pride, et cetera, et cetera. But it was kind of like a late night talk show is what it was. I would come out, I would do stand up, then there would be funny banter between Darren and I, and we'd go to a commercial break, I'd play funny videos, and then there was a whole trivia. We'd give away the most ridiculous prizes, like, plungers and
Oh my God.
tampons.
Eyebrow hair.
Oh my yes. It was, and we raised money for charity. We raised money for, dog rescue and the World AIDS Museum, and
I love that.
I love that show. I want to bring it back so
You
bad.
need to bring it back,
I
and you
do.
need to have it at Hunters. And I think that people would love something like this. They're
Yeah.
thirsty for something like this. There's
It's
nothing
so
like
diff-
something
it's
like
so
this.
different. It's so different. And it's so fun and it's fresh and yeah.
You're so quick,
I'm gonna
Peter.
sit like you.
Why? Are you really mimicking me?
Yes. There.
You had to put your titties up to do that. Just to be sure. You're so quick, and I know that's where your comedy comes from and all that, and your stage presence. Did anybody ever throw any questions at you that you were like, "What the f"?
Oh wow, that's a good question. That question right there. You're the first one, so there's the answer to your question. No.
No, you were always
No one stumped me. If that's
love
what you're asking. No one's really stumped me.
I love that. Let's talk about I Remember, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I remember, incredible film. I honestly feel blessed that I was one of the people who saw it,
And I
who
was
has
blessed
seen
that
it
you were
already.
there. And I was very blessed that you were there.
Aw,
And you
thank you,
presented me
Peter.
with that wonderful award.
Oh my
so.
God, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. It was funny because it was Cal, who's on the show with me today, we always hang out most weekends. And so we compare our calendars to make sure that we're good to go to certain things together. And so a couple of weeks before your premiere, he's like, okay, we're going to Peter's house or something like that. And I was like, we're going to Peter's house. And I go, yeah, we'll have something to eat there. Don't worry, just dress like you always dress. And I was like, okay, whatever. So, I wore a usual dress and I end up being one of the extras in your movie. And that's what we did Saturday night, was spend time with you while you were filming. I Remember.
The wedding scene.
The wedding scene, which was
a great scene.
Awesome.
It was a great scene.
You did get my best side. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was good. Where did the concept of this movie come from? I don't want to give away too many spoilers to people either.
I can't talk too much about it, but because I don't want to spoil the ending. But I thought of the concept of this film 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I thought of the concept. But it's a psychological drama, and my whole world is consumed with comedy. So it just kind of took a back burner. I thought about it here and there, throughout the years. But last November, I was in a really bad space in my life, and things just weren't really going very well. So
Why?
I thought, well,
what was going on?
Well,
If you could share a little.
Of course I can, absolutely, because I spent the entire damn year trying to find investors for Benton Chester.
And so you were losing hope.
I was losing hope, yeah, which is fine, because with every no, I'm closer to the yes. I'm not giving up. I get it. You know how many no's, Seinfeld got,
Yeah.
So I'm cool with the rejection. I'm totally fine with that. But, come November, I was like, Jesus, I haven't done a damn thing this year. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I just need to do something different. So I resurrected the idea, And I said, I'm not going to do anything comedy. It's just going to be all about my psychological drama. So I wrote the script in November in one sitting.
Really?
I wrote that. I started typing at 11 at night, and I stopped at 4:30 in the morning.
That's, wow.
And bing, bang, boom, I had a movie.
Bing, bang, boom. So it's a short film, folks, right? And again, I don't want to give away too much of it. And I'm afraid to say anything because I don't want to give too much about it. But let's just say that for such a short movie, it had so much in it. Okay, it had so much in it, and so many layers of it. And I will say that it does touch on mental health. Okay, and I never saw a movie that projected that side of mental health, you know, where it's like, okay, we're constantly saying, okay, there's so much stigma between mental health, right? But how does the partner deal with someone who's going through a hard time, you know? Have you ever dealt with mental health of your own?
Every day.
Yeah, you laugh like this every day.
No, I don't. You know, growing up in the closet, thinking the entire world hated me for 33 years, of course, you know, I'm going to have some sort of shit that's going to stick with me the rest of my life. You know, I'm one of the lucky ones, though. A lot of kids don't get through it.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it, you know, on some level, there's some mental damage.
Yeah, I think we all do. Like you said, like I think anybody that has to like hold in who their true authentic self is, or someone that has to date a sex that they're not really into, you know what I mean? All that shit, like just
with you. It stays with you.
Throws crap on you.
You know, because my parents asked me about it once, and I said that's something you never get over. You just deal with it the rest of your life. You don't get over it. You'll never get over it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Wow, it's true, but I mean, it also adds to your character in
Sure,
some way if you're able to
absolutely.
maneuver around it.
And it makes you grateful. It really makes you grateful for you know, coming so far in your life and having what you have in your life, because a lot of people don't make it.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. No, and it's true. So we had your premiere, and it was wonderful, and it was your friends and family, and it was your supporters, and it was people that were in the play, you know, and again, I love that we were a part of it. And so Kal was, you know, helping with some promotions and marketing and stuff like that, and he had spoken to the incredible mayor of Fort Lauderdale, Dean Trantelis, who is also one of us, right? He is also an out gay man who has never met Peter, and Kal, you know, said to him, listen, this gentleman in your community is doing this, this, and this. He's done this, and this. And Dean, without a second thought, made a proclamation of that day being Peter Bisuito Day.
July 20th.
And what a beautiful day, right? July 20th. Like, what a wonderful day, right? Some numerologist out there tell me, right? It's a wonderful day, right? It's like 7:20, right? It's got to mean something aside from when the alarm freaking wakes me up in the morning.
People need to send each other cards on that day now.
Right? It should be like official Peter Bisuito Day. Like, what do you send? Do you send somebody a naked picture of you? Crocheting?
There's no pictures of that. There's no pictures of that.
No, a naked person of the person sending you. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. But you were surprised. We surprised you with that.
How was I supposed to know? Like, because my husband came up to me, because Kal told my husband about it. And Mark said, Peter, somebody in the audience wants to give you a gift. I said, you know, because I did, you know, a 20-minute speech before we showed the movie. Okay. So he said, can you know, somebody wants to give you a gift. Can you, you know, have him come up, you know, at some point? And I immediately said, no. I did. I said, no. I said,
Why?
I've been rehearsing this for weeks now. I don't want anybody coming up here and messing things up. And I said, tell him to do it after the show or whatever. And my husband said, you need to let him do it.
He gave you the look.
He gave me the look. I said, okay, we'll do it right in the beginning. Get it over with. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm like, oh, I'm glad I let him.
No, so Peter goes and tells the audience, all right, something's supposed to happen now. I don't know what.
I don't know what.
Come at me.
If you have a gift, give it to me now.
Come at me. And me, you know, and me in a prom dress stumbling from like the seat. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Am I allowed to swear?
Excuse me. Of course you are. It's my show.
You looked so fucking stunning that night. It was ridiculous.
Thank you.
That dress you had on was so, you just looked like $1 million.
Aw, thank you. Well, it was your movie premiere. I had to step it up.
I looked like a fraction of $1 million. Like, I didn't look as good.
You looked amazing.
Thank you.
You looked amazing. And I think you even started telling us how much each of your piece of clothing costed.
I went through my I went through my entire ensemble and told everybody how much it cost.
No, and at the end he was like, this whole outfit was $560. And I look over at Kal and I go, Kal, I got this dress at Goodwill for $20.
Damn it, you mean I could have saved all that money? If I just went to Goodwill,
If you would've- no.
now you tell me.
Now I tell
It's
you.
okay. I kept the receipt, so I'll just bring it back.
All sweaty and everything. Okay, let's talk about I Remember Some More. Because again, like you said, you are a witty, funny dude. That is where your bread and butter has been. That is what has attracted you to get into this business. Were people super surprised that you went from that to a drama? Like, did you get any kind of feedback like that after they saw the premiere?
No, I really didn't.
Supportive.
Yeah, everyone was just very supportive. My father called me 2 days later, and he said, "Peter, I cannot get your movie out of my head. He said,
Really?
it's just resonating with me." A few people said that to me. So I think the movie is really gonna do well. I think it's gonna resonate with a lot of people.
I think so too.
But no one's ever said anything like that because this was my very first dramatic piece.
You're a mother effing actor, Peter. You are. Because let me tell you, I'm just there watching you. There was a scene where you and your husband were fighting, right?
Yeah.
And it was so believable. But I also found myself waiting for a joke to come out, right? And the joke wasn't coming, And I was like, damn, this mofo. And I'm like, Cal, he's so effing talented. And Cal's like, stop it. It's a 25-minute movie. I got to watch every second.
Well, because I told the audience that there is a big old drama queen deep inside me that's just screaming to get out. So
And it's
yeah,
so dead.
I can act dramatic.
No, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a dramatic bitch aside, but I'm saying aside from that, like on screen, you so are.
How could you say that?
Es que te dije que no, que no. The film has been accepted in a couple of film festivals.
Yes.
And
it's already won an award.
And it's already won an award.
Yeah. It's been 3 weeks and I'm already winning awards.
Okay,
so.
and it's only the beginning, honey.
It's only the beginning.
It's really only the beginning.
Yeah.
I really do feel that when more eyes see this film, it's going to be like, holy shit. Like, it's going to be a whirlwind for you.
I hope so. I hope so.
No,
my sister has a saying. My sister Linda has a saying. She said, "This is going to be your bubba."
Your bubba.
I said, "What the hell does that mean?" She said, "This is going to be your
legacy,
your
catapult,
thing. Your catapult into
where
I would really like to be."
Well, where you deserve to be.
Well, yeah, I guess if you want to say that.
No, I am saying that. I said it.
I'm being
Where
modest,
you will
I
be.
guess.
It's so weird to like imagine a guy
Well,
that's like practically naked all the time, being modest.
Well,
with me,
it's one of these things where the older I get, it's not so much about me anymore. It's about, and I'm going to start to cry now. It's about other people, because this world needs to laugh more. There's so much shit going on in this fucking world. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's not so much about me anymore. It's about me entertaining people and bringing joy and smiles to their lives and evoking emotion and letting everybody forget about what the fuck is going on outside these four walls, even if it's for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much shit going on in this. It's just, I'm 53 years old. I don't remember this world being so horrible.
It wasn't. It wasn't this
Like,
horrible.
what the hell is going on out there? So it's like, I just want to entertain the masses. The more people, the better. The more I can, make an impact and entertain people, the better.
Yeah.
It's like,
and that's what you're doing.
and
There's
it's
so much
frustrating.
hate out there. Of course, it's frustrating.
It's very frustrating because I really want to be up there, and I'm just, I keep hitting that fucking ceiling. And I want to take you with me, with my new show.
I'm ready for the ride. I'm so ready for the ride.
Yeah.
I really am, and I really do believe that you're going to be there.
I hope so.
Let's talk about your hubby.
Okay.
How many years have you kids been together now?
What's the date today?
August something?
August what?
I don't know.
Okay, well, August 15th.
14th.
Today's the 14th already? No. Is it really?
Yes. So what about it? Tell me.
Tomorrow's my anniversary, 21 years.
Shut up.
21 years. Is it really the 14th?
Wow, it's the 14th all day. It's the 14th all day. So, how long? 20 what?
21 years.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Like all together?
Yes.
Ask him that. He's gonna get so mad that I said that. Oh my God.
Well, we have two anniversaries. We have our anniversaries when we met on the internet in March, but we didn't actually meet in person until August, and our first date was August 14th.
When you told him that you wanted to do this movie and that you needed to come up with this money and that you were going to be a part of every aspect of this project, did he support you from the beginning, or did he say you're fucking nuts?
No. Oh my God, no. Well,
At all.
after 21 years, he's used to this. He's used to me saying, "Hey, I have an idea." And he just leaves me alone.
Supports you.
Well, he leaves me alone. He's like, dude, he's like,
okay, go do it. When you need me, let me know.
Exactly. Exactly.
I love that.
He doesn't say a word. Just okay, do it. Let me know let me know what you need me to do.
You know, there are so many times that I'm out in the scene and I see the drama between other couples, right? And I look up at the sky and I go, thank you, God, for giving me somebody that just is not into the drama. That
How long have
many
you and your
people.
wife been together?
Me and my wife have been together almost 9 years, married 6 next month.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, which in gay years, you know, that's about 21.
That's a lot of time.
So that's about 21. Do you look around and go, God, thank God I'm not out there dating now?
So yeah, so my husband and I, we've had a pretty seamless relationship. We've had our issues that surface once in a while. We've never ever broken up. We've always worked it out. However, I will say that 3.5 years ago, we almost broke up. It got really bad.
Because?
Well, this was right during the pandemic. It was in March of 2020.
Literally
right before the pandemic. So there was shit going on at work, and then there was the pandemic, and then we had to move. We got kicked out of our condo because our landlords, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it just got so stressful. It was just like, I can't deal with this anymore. So we literally didn't speak for like 3 months.
Living apart?
Well, we had 2
pandemic,
bedrooms.
so you had 2.
We had 2 bedrooms, so I was sleeping in one. So after a few months, we just kind of sat down and said, you know, at our age, do you really want to start over and date somebody else and re-fall in love, and then a year later that person turns out to be a psycho and you got to break up again and this, that? Do you really want to enter the dating scene at our age and start over? And we just were like, no, let's just tolerate each other.
Let's just settle for each other, because I don't want to go back out there again.
So now, whenever our issues, whenever they surface, we tolerate each other's differences. But we still, Mark and I love each other more now than we did when we first met. Our love is one of those things where it just keeps getting better and better.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I remember at the premiere that, or somewhere you've said that you folks, you call him your husband.
Yeah.
But you've never gotten married.
No, we're not legally married.
But you don't want to call him your boyfriend because you've been together for so long, and that seems like Twinkville.
Yeah,
like, oh, my boyfriend. Hi, my little boyfriend. You know, he's coming now.
It just sounds new and temporary to me. And then I don't like calling him my partner, because then we sound like contestants on Dancing with the Stars. And I don't like calling him my domestic partner, because then it sounds like we're only in it for the insurance.
Oh my God, of course.
And I don't like calling him my lover, because then we sound like lesbians. So
and nobody wants to sound like that. I mean,
lipstick lesbians.
Lipstick lesbians.
We sound like lipstick lesbians. So when people ask me all the time too, they're like, how did you make it last so long? And I always say, well, that's easy. I've been chipping away at his self-esteem for years, so he'll never realize he could do way better than me.
He's so broken that he ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
Sorry, Poppy. But how about getting the piece of paper?
It'll happen.
Really? Okay, no, but that's so cool that you're not against it.
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
It's just kind of like,
well, we have everything. We have everything all set up. Our wills, you know, I get this, and like, because if something happens to either of us, none of our families can come in and take whatever. You know, everything is all set.
Everything's on paper. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're married. Yeah. That's it.
We'll get married someday.
Can I officiate?
Yes. Can you?
Yes.
Are you an officianter?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I am an officiant by the internet. I am. I've got to marry.
You paid your $29 fee?
I paid my $29,
right on.
and I am good. I get to stamp it and everything. I love that. Peter, last Christmas, we were part of Matthew Darren's Spectacular.
Yes, I loved that show.
And you did a whole full-on show. You were elves or something, and you were like, you were mermen, dancing and everything. I mean, and it was like a high-impact, 5-minute thing.
And I was dancing on a sprained ankle.
You had a sprained ankle during that time?
I sprained my ankle 3 days prior.
What the hell? Okay, folks, you got to look this up, okay? And there is jumping and salting and throwing things and death drops. You would have thought they were drag queens. It was crazy. It was just
so
all over.
Fun.
It was amazing.
Such a great number.
It really was.
I hate to but it got the biggest applause of the night.
It kind of did. No. It was amazing. It really was amazing.
It was fun.
Peter, how can people support you? How can people support you on your next ventures? I know that you've got an idea for a new show that I'm not going to talk about, but you've told me it personally, and I think that it's an incredible concept, incredible show.
It is.
How can someone support you in your future projects?
My stock answer would obviously be financially, but I think before that, people would have to share my vision first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because as much as money is wonderful, I don't want to take anybody's money if they don't share my vision, because then, you know.
Then you butt heads later on. Maybe not today, but it will happen.
Yeah. So I need someone that's going to share my vision and truly understand that Peter Bisuito is worth millions of dollars with the right investors and the right avenues and the right support team. You know, because every single celebrity on the face of the planet, they have an entire team. Yeah. Propelling them. I do not.
And you have you.
I have me. I do everything myself. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I would need someone to share my vision and discuss a business strategy to make my projects profitable.
Got it. You know some gays with money. I know you do. Okay? Or maybe your straight uncle left you some money and you don't know what the hell to do with it. I have a fabulous idea for you, what you should be doing with it. Thank you so much, Peter, for being on the show with me.
Can we do it next week?
I love it. I can't believe this is Peter's second time. Like, I've never invited somebody back in bed for a second time. That means that you were good the first time.
Which is a first for me too. Usually people don't have me back. Right? They usually don't have me back.
And with a lesbian. So does this mess up your Kinsey scale ranking that you've been in bed with me now? No, well, right?
You didn't rub your rub on me, so.
Turn off the camera. Thank you, Peter Bisuito, for being on the FayWhat show. You can find him on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at MyBigFunnyPeter. Make sure to check with your local independent film festival to see if you can watch his new film, I Remember, near you. And if they haven't put it part of their festival, ask them why.
Yeah.
Why isn't this festival? Why isn't this incredible short movie part of your festival? So let us know what you think, because I'm telling you, the movie was incredible. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter Bisuito.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you
too. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Finally this morning, I want to get our week started by telling you some things that are really important to me. We call it Faye, what's on my mind? Our lives are in danger. Literally, our lives are in danger. Rest in peace, O'Shea Sibley. Sibley was voguing in the gas station and was stabbed to death, right? We talked about that before with Khaled. A man in Grenada was strangled and left on the beach for dead. Right here in South Florida, a man in Coconut Grove was walking home when he was beaten so badly that he will forever have scars. They screamed anti-gay slurs at him while they were beating him. We are in danger. Are you aware of that? Or are you living in La La Land because you are cute and the door guy knows you at the best club in town? You gay boys are not safe. Trans family, you're not safe. LGBTQ+, you are not safe. Two-spirited, we are in danger. I am honestly scared for my life, and I'm scared for yours. And I'm asking you today to watch out for your friends, okay? I am very well aware of my privilege, and I'm very well aware that if I don't open my mouth and tell you that I'm gay, you won't know that I'm gay, right? But I can't say the same for a lot of my friends, right? So I sit here today and I scream at you and I plead at you to watch out for your friends. Walk each other to the parking lots. Don't drink too much. Be careful of who you invite to your homes. I know it sounds crazy, but these are the things that you should all be worrying about right now. And I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but many folks are in a delusional state over everything that's happening right now. And I get it. Sometimes I don't believe it either, right? But wake up and be aware. Your life or someone that you love may be next. They want us erased. They want us erased. And crazy people listen and they act on the crazy things that they're being told. So be aware, okay? And take care of each other. A lot of stories like this are gonna keep on coming up, and they don't have to be, right? So look out for each other, look out for yourself, be aware of your surroundings, and don't be delusional to all this horrible, horrible, horrible hate being targeted, being sent to our community. Because again, like I said, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but you or someone you love will be next. You don't want to be wearing a gummy bracelet with your best friend's name on it. Please be aware. That's it. That's the FayWhat show. I hope that you had fun. I have to thank my bestie, Mr. Kal Gajraj, for joining me here in bed. That was a lot of fun. The incredible Peter Bisuito for taking time and laying on this beautiful pink plush blanket. You know, we had a great show, and it's because of you folks. Honestly am really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. And I got to tell you that it gets harder and harder sometimes for us girls. But if we believe that we are one strong community, then we got to support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We opened the show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. So I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity, because it's what makes us so freaking strong. Until next Monday, world, at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I'm FayWhat, and I'm #ThatGirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, #ThatGirl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl, the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #ThatGirl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's